Alright, what's up, folks? Welcome to 7 Days to Die. I'm Fox, and yeah, I decided I wanted to play some 7 Days to Die. It's a game that I really love. I think it's probably the best survival game out there right now, which a lot of people might find a little odd to hear because graphically it's nothing amazing. It's actually undergoing a great deal of graphical overhauls right now. The various developer news tidbits that they've been giving out for stuff that's going to be happening in Alpha 20. We are in 19.5. We don't know when Alpha 20 is coming out. We believe it should be sometime this year. I guess I heard it was supposed to be earlier this year, but they changed some plans. They expanded some things. And then other things got moved back. They ran into difficulties. So, you know, these things happen in development. But yeah, it is... What day is this? July 14th? July 14th. So, I mean, for all we know, Alpha 20 could pop up in August. Or it might not be until, like, Christmas. So I decided... I've kind of been putting off trying to do a series on this because I really wanted to do a series on this for my game, or for my channel. And, because I really love this game. It's just, I've been kind of waiting. I'm like, is Alpha 20 coming soon, or what? Because I've been hearing a lot of news things from the devs on their Discord and whatnot. But anyways, let's not put this off any longer. We're gonna do a new game. Now, I have gone ahead and used the Nitrogen Map Generator, which is a third-party program, to create a map for this. Now, the map in and of itself, I don't know the map. I looked at it on a preview, but the preview really just shows me where buildings are. It doesn't tell me what those buildings are, but it tells me where buildings are. I changed around with some settings to try and make terrain something that I thought would be interesting. I made many maps. I made like 40 or 50 of these maps, and you'll notice it's called Winter Warfare 1. I also have Winter Warfare 2, which is a second map. And so this is going to be a playthrough where the entirety of the map is the winter biome. There is no forest, there is no desert, there's no wasteland, no burnt forest, none of that stuff. It is only the winter biome. And it's gonna be... I decided to do that because I had recently been seeing a lot of other 7 Days to Die YouTubers, Kraken, Cap, a couple other people, I think. They were doing playthroughs of just a wasteland-only map. And it's really interesting, but the wasteland in and of itself is not particularly fun to play in, both because of the music, or lack thereof, the ambient sounds, and then also just like landmines all over the place. Plus the texture of the ground, the rubble texture, is kind of really bad. That's something that they were trying to work on. And hopefully we'll be improving for Alpha 20 or even into Alpha 21. So I just thought, you know what, let's do this, right? This will be interesting because the wildlife is still it's still pretty hazardous in the winter biome, especially when you're starting out and you don't have a gun yet. Now, one thing I have to mention real quick before I go over my settings is that because I did generate this with the Nitrogen Map Generator program, it kind of breaks a certain part of the game. So I'll do the tutorial quest, and then after the tutorial quest is over, it generally sends you to a trader. It gives you the location of a trader. However, because it's a nitrogen map, and this might not turn out to be the case, but I generated like I tried this. I tried to do this series earlier actually. But I was having audio issues, which people who've watched my Dyson Sphere program series understand. And I tried like 6 or 7 or 8 different new games, and every time it would break this. When I get to the part where it says Journey to the Trader, it's just going to tell me no trader. Now, that does not mean there aren't traders in the world. There are. However, because I've changed the map a little bit, because Nitrogen builds its map differently than the game itself normally generates a map, it can't necessarily like find the trader. So the traders do exist, but I won't have a location, so I'm just gonna have to find them myself. So in a sense, that's gonna be extra hard mode. So anyways, let's go over the settings here. I do not play on Adventurer. No, we play on Warrior. That's the only difficulty I generally play on, and even later on, I actually move up to like insane a lot of the times. But we'll start on warrior just because I don't want to take 5 minutes to kill one zombie. Literally 5 minutes. Let's see, 90-minute days. That's what I like personally. I think 60 minutes is just a little bit too short. You can't get multiple quests done in a 60-minute day. Not usually, not unless they're just like, go fetch this item and you happen to find it within 30 seconds. Standard here, I was doing disabled Blood Moon for testing purposes, but for the purposes of this playthrough, we're going to put it on 5 days. And I will explain why I put it on 5 days when I start to build my horde base, I believe. So let's go ahead. I generally, do I want the zombie day speed to be on walk or sprint or jog? You know, we'll put it on walk. That's fine. And then Feral and Blood Moon are going to be on nightmare speed. So you can't outrun them. You just can't. Advanced settings, loot abundance 100%. Loot respawn times. What do I want this on? I think I want this on 20. The standard is 30, but 30 days on 60 minutes is 30 hours. Whereas if you do 90-minute days, then 20 days ends up being 30 hours. So it's essentially the same loot respawn time in terms of gameplay. It's just, this is because I have 90-minute days. So all of this, okay, enemy spawning, yes. 16 enemies. I might be considering upgrading this, but I don't want to lag out, you know, the computer or anything. So we'll start here and maybe turn it up as the series goes on. I don't need that on for testing purposes anymore. Airdrops every 3 days. That's standard. Every day, every 7 days. Yeah, we'll go every 3 days and mark them just because, hell with it. We're not doing multiplayer, so let's get into the game here. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Dice Sphere program. I also have been playing some Raft, and that is a wonderful, lovely, chill game, and it's also a pretty good survival game. But neither one of those games really has any action, well, it has action. Raft has action. Neither one of them really has a whole lot of conflict, though. So this is a little bit more combat oriented. You know, you got to fight off zombie hordes and all of that stuff. So it's a little bit more entertaining and engaging in that sense. So I've been itching to shoot me some zombies and all of that, but we'll have to work up to that. Now, like I said, I did try to do this playthrough about like a week or two ago, but I was having audio issues, so I ended up scrapping it. I only did like an hour or an hour and a half of gameplay or whatever, so I didn't get real far. But yeah, let me just say that it didn't go especially well. So here we are. Ooh, okay, I'm outside of a town. Okay, that's good. That's good. So let's go ahead and start picking up stones, trying to get we are trying to get ourselves some plant fibers and some wood, hopefully. Yes, good. There is a bird's nest. This is one of the things I like about the winter biome, is it's just a lot easier to see stuff. Really? I only got one feather in that? Are you kidding me? One feather. Alright, well, let's start working on the tutorial quest. Let's get this stuff out of the way. Alright, let me go ahead and get rid of you. I don't need you. Move you over there. You over there. You can stay where you're at. Gonna put down the bedroll right here and immediately pick it up because I don't really want it there. Let's go ahead and grab the axe. I like having my axe on 4. And I'm gonna need a whole lot more wood. Let's go ahead and cut this thing down while things are being crafted and whatnot. So we're just hammering out the tutorial quests real quick. As you can tell, I've done this before. we're just going through them Quick and dirty. Quick and dirty is how I like to do this. I'll make 30 more of those, I guess. And boop. Alright, so it says Journey to Settlement, no trader. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and just toggle that off. As a matter of fact, I can remove the quest entirely. So, okay, we are good to go. Now, I want to, if I can, here. Oh, hi, there's a chicken over there. That's cool. What I would like to do is I'm going to go ahead and nerd pole up quite a distance and see if I can't spot me what I think might be a trader. We got ourselves a pretty decently sized town. Okay, we got a main road that goes over that way. That isn't a trader, is it? Normally I would look for the White River Citizen flag, but it probably isn't going to pop up from this distance away. Okay, we got a pretty sizable town over here, though. I might be able to find a trader over here. However, I think I'm going to go see what's going on over here. I don't know, that almost looks like that should be one of the trader compounds, so that's what I'm going to do. We're going to very gently take these wood frames down one at a time so I don't kill myself with fall damage. That would be absolutely tragic to do so. That would be completely tragic. We'll go ahead and put the bow here and load it up. How many stones do I have on me? I have basically no stones. Okay, well, let's go ahead and grab a couple of stones before I head on over there then. And now this is the winter biome. Now I'm in my starting area, so enemies haven't really spawned on us just yet. But being in the winter biome, sorry, I gotta adjust my mouse here. Just a second. Okay. Being in the winter biome, we have to be careful of the wildlife. The wildlife is very dangerous out here. Unlike in the winter biome or in the forest biome. Mostly you're just gonna see, you know, chickens and a couple of things like that in the winter, in the forest biome. God, how many times am I gonna mix that up? In the winter biome, however, most of the wildlife that you're going to see are things like wolves, mountain lions, and bears. And at this point, at this early juncture in the game, that is pretty much a certain death if you encounter any of those things, or if you aggro any of those things, I should say. Hello there, lady. No. You give me my stone arrow back. Did I just see a tawny colored thing over there? That would be mildly terrifying if I did. Okay, 7 feathers. I can make a couple of arrows now. Not that I really like to use a whole lot of stone arrows, but it will be somewhat helpful at this early starting point of the game. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mark this location on the map. We got double iron over here. So that'll be helpful. Oh, right, and if I'm anywhere near... Okay, no, that's not a trader. I was going to say, if I was anywhere near a trader, it would show the a yellow icon for where the trader is, but nope. Okay, that looks like a trailer park. So we're just gonna head into the city and try our best not to get killed. Which you might think is not too hard at this early point in the game, but you will see that on this kind of map where it's literally just the winter biome, that is easier said than done. Easier said than done, my friends. Okay, so we're gonna follow the road on in. And try to make sure I keep a decent amount of stamina available in case I do need to run. I'm a little paranoid, I'm not gonna lie. That is enough to make a bone knife, right? Yes. Good, good, good. Okay. Bone knives are quite good for harvesting meat and such, so I want one. Now, unfortunately, the bane of my existence are going to be these trees. Because in the winter biome, the trees are very, very thick. And they're covered in snow, so it can be very tricky to try and, like, see past them or through them in order to see where any kind of enemies are. And I'm going to play this ultra cautiously at the start here. I want to... Oh god, there's a bear in there. Yeah, I definitely want to get the hell out of here real quick. This is not a place I want to hang around at. No. So let's go ahead and head over to this area. Now, thankfully, let me go ahead and press B. We have elemental protection. That will disappear at level 6, so I'm temporarily protected from the cold. So I don't have to worry about the cold too much. There's something going on over there. What's all that? Is that a mountain lion? That kind of looks like a mountain lion. Okay, well, we're not going over in that direction. That is for dang sure. But yeah, I gotta be real careful walking around these corners because any one of these corners could potentially have a mountain lion or a dire wolf behind it. And if I aggro one of those at this early juncture, I am just straight up dead. Like, there is no getting around it. I am straight up dead. And I've learned that from experience. And I would like to not be dead. I'm not planning on doing a permadeath kind of thing, but at the same time, I kind of like to play with a permadeath frame of mind. So, okay, we got the prison over here. Let me go ahead and do a little more nerd polling, see if I can't see some stuff around here. Okay, I don't see any traders over there, so I probably want to cut around the prison here. Or through here. I'm not sure. I am not sure. But I would really like to avoid combat as much as possible. Oh, right, I totally forgot. We got our 4 skill points for doing the starter quest. So I want to get Living Off the Land level 1 first, so that I can get 2, I can harvest 2 items from wild plants and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick, and I'm going to grab me some snowberries, because I need some kind of food. These can keep you going for a fairly decent amount of time early on in the game, so it's one of the very few advantages of starting in the winter biome. It's that, you know, I do have these snowberries to keep me going for a while. I'll grab a couple more. They are pretty plentiful. Uh, 66, yeah, 66 will do. That's 66 food, essentially. So, that ain't half bad. I think I'm gonna go around the prison. Yeah. That sounds like a good idea to me. Then again, there's a lumberjack zombie there. Never mind. We're not gonna do that. As much as I do want some conflict, I would really feel a whole lot better if I could find a trader first. So I could start doing some quests, start potentially getting some really good items. Potentially a firearm on day one, that would be nice. I should go ahead and search these things, though. Some gas and a pipe, okay. Do. Just running along and trying not to get killed. Okay, so unfortunately this looks like an old west town. Did I just hear some growling? I'm not likely to find any kind of trader at one of these small old west style towns. Yeah, that's not happening. Okay. So let's go ahead and head back in. Now traders, for the most part, traders, they only spawn on the outside areas of towns. That could change with nitrogen depending on how you set the map. Or how you change the generation settings of nitrogen. Ooh, there's a bear. There's a bear. But for the most part, I don't believe I changed that. Now, it's been quite some time since I played with nitrogen. And it's been quite some time, in fact, since I actually made this map. And I don't like the way the stuff is elevated around here. Let me... I would like to be able to see over these hills so that I can tell if there's, you know, if I'm running into a wolf or a mountain lion or a bear. Looks like that's not the case. Okay. And, yeah, it's been quite some time, so I don't know if that is still how traders are going to be generated in this particular world. But, I'm going to operate under the assumption that that is correct. Is this a big old... Ooh, that's a dire wolf. I don't want to go in that direction at all. Nope. Well, I didn't want to fight, but, I might have to... Ooh, there's the bear. You know what? I'm just gonna skirt through here and pray to God there aren't any, Okay, good. There are no mountain lions. I'd much rather deal with a zombie. One of these lumberjack zombies. Oh, it's this, big, hospital. This is actually one of the big POIs that I've never been in before. I've actually been in quite a few of the POIs in this game. I played over 500 hours of the game since I got my laptop. It's probably my most played game, but I've actually never been in that hospital. That is something I can look forward to later, and I would absolutely mark it on the map, but I am a little busy at the moment. Is that a crack book tower? I think it is. That'll be a great place to find some schematics. And in fact, it is. That I will mark on the map. That's really important to know. Crack a book. Oakley dokley. I don't know if that was the chicken or if that was some other creature. So I guess I'll head over in this way. Yeah, one of the things that nitrogen does is I selected more large cities to be generated in this world. So you'll see a lot more of these large POIs than you would in a normal vanilla generated world for 7 Days to Die. Ah, come on, man. Oh shit, that's a mountain lion. Whoo! Yeah, you start running from an enemy. If you run in the wrong direction, you will die real quick. You will die real quick in this game. I have to be very careful about where I run to. Man, you have a ridiculous amount of health. Just die, my friend. I really don't want to come in here, but now mountain lions don't have massive aggro radiuses, so I should be able to sneak by here. Okay. Whew. Woke up a zombie, but I don't care about a zombie compared to mountain lions and bears and wolves and stuff. I don't know what POI that is. It's either it's Higashi Pharmaceutical. I was gonna say it's either Higashi or it's the Shang Tower. I've been in Higashi Pharmaceutical. I've never been in the Dejong Tower. Do I want to deal with this guy? Not really.